Hi Crypto School students, welcome back. Today I want to dive into the Economist article published in 1988 about the world currency. There's a lot of similarities to what's happening with Ripple and the IMF right now, so that's really interesting. So stick until the end to understand how the IMF is propelling XRP towards a goal of world currency. Yes, you heard correctly. And remember, I'm not an expert in economy or geopolitical issues. None of that. This video is only the result of the facts I stumbled upon, combined with my logic and research. I'm only a dude looking for the truth, no matter how crazy it might be. Now, before starting, if you're looking to understand the complex world of cryptocurrencies, we launched Crypto School Consulting to help you understand the space and finding investment opportunities. We'll offer you a 30-minute call if you use the link in the description. So first, let's do a little background. The Economist magazine likes to predict the future. Conspiracy theory says that the elite is showing their vision of the future through these predictions, as it's owned largely by the Rothschilds and other rich families. The article was released in 1988 and described, or rather predicted, the arrival of a new currency by around 2018. This currency will be so efficient and advanced compared to other currencies that it will become the world currency, and they're calling it the Phoenix. So in a nutshell, the countries that are willing to could trade with this currency. Now let's take a look at the article, and I'd like to make the comparison with XRP so far, this point in time. So first, the article presents the IMF as the central piece of this transition to world currency. And today we know that the IMF is largely pro-crypto. And as I read the IMF's 2018 Global Financial Stability Report, well, that's a long name, I realized that they take it for granted that digital currencies are going to be part of the future. They take it for granted. It's not going to be left aside. And when you read it, it's almost not a possibility that these technologies are going to disappear. Instead, they're going to be integrated into the current global financial system. And to back up my point, here are some quotes from Lagarde about cryptocurrencies. Quote, "The integration of systems built around digital assets have the potential to actually make the financial system safer." Cryptocurrencies are clearly shaking the system. And my favorite one, guys, we are about to see massive disruptions. Those are not light comments, guys. I'm telling you. Now, the second point. According to the article, technology and free trade will dissolve national economic borders. Well, that's kind of logic. And today we know this is true. Because of technology, we are more interconnected than ever. Now, it also says that uncoordinated economic policies will increase the volatility of currencies because of this technology advancement, which in turn will increase the need of a level playing field. This is something you have to take note of. You have to remember this term, level playing field. This is true today, as Trump stated that the need to set up a level playing field is getting stronger to counter the problem of currency devaluations. So far the article is right. It is right. Now, next point. Then it says at the end that the Phoenix will need allowing and then actively promoting the private sector use of an international money alongside existing national monies. Now, to me, the word allowing here, right here, seems to correspond to regulations around cryptocurrencies. And if you take XRP as an example, just replace the Phoenix by XRP. If you take it as an example, allowing and then actively promoting the private sector use fits perfectly XRP. As we're still waiting for some regulation clarifications, we know that, and it's getting closer and closer. And Ripple is actively promoting XRP to payment providers, banks, and businesses. We know that they're still signing contracts, according to Brad House, every week. One contract a week with another partnership. And besides, the IMF is encouraging central banks to use their own cryptocurrency to accommodate them to the technology. And to me, that sounds as if they were preparing the field, guys. That's what it sounds like to me. Now, the third point. At the end of the article, it says that the Phoenix will probably start as a cocktail of national currencies, just as the special drawing right is today. In time, though, its value against national currencies would cease to matter because people would choose it for its convenience and the stability of its purchasing power. Now, this has not happened yet. If you don't know what the special drawing right is, the SDR, it is issued by the IMF and it is supposed to be a reserve currency composed of reserve currencies around the world. The most important ones, such as the British pound, the euro, the yen, the US dollar, or the yuan. So this is not yet done, all right? But let me tell you that we know that the IMF is strongly encouraging central banks to use cryptocurrencies. That's for sure. And we also know that Ripple is closely working with who? The IMF. They are part of their fintech advisory board, for example, which puts XRP in the perfect place to be the phoenix. Note also that Ripple is in contact with central banks. As we've seen in the Swiss National Bank conference, Brad Garlinghouse was presenting Ripple and Ripple solutions such as XRP particularly to central banks. Now the fourth point is right here. Its value against national currencies will cease to matter because people would choose it for the convenience and the stability of its purchasing power. So while it's in the SDR, it will grow compared to other currencies because it will be much more efficient and people will prefer using it. And it makes total sense. Listen, the technology behind XRP being far more advanced compared to fiat currencies, if it's added in the SDR, it will for sure outgrow other currencies. That's something for sure. Now, if the article is right, there are only two possibilities to me. Either possibility one, the phoenix is XRP. Great for us, guys. Or it's another cryptocurrency that is not yet public. Those are the only two possibilities I see. And personally, I think XRP is the one. I'd like to know your opinion, so please leave a comment and tell us if you think XRP is the future world currency or if it hasn't been yet released. But when you add to that all the partnerships pointing towards XRP, you start to realize that everything is pointing to XRP. As crazy as it may sound, it really looks like XRP may become a world currency, or at least a world reserve currency. And I'm not the only one thinking that. I made another video about that. Our views exploded on this one. It was very popular, so I'm sure you want to check it out if you haven't. Thank you for watching until the end. I hope I could bring value in making your investment decision. Give a thumbs down if you didn't like it. Thumbs up if you did. Share and subscribe. It really helps us grow the community. And again, we recently started Crypto School Consulting, where we can help you understand this complex universe that is the blockchain and cryptocurrency. Use the link in the description if you're interested. 1, 2, 3, I'm out.